How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Ride or Die, America's most dangerous and provocative vlogging series. I'm Sean. This is Zoobox. So, the journey down Fat Fuck Mountain continues. I don't know if you can tell. I'm very sweaty and gross. Look at this fucking thing. Soaked right goddamn through. So, still hitting the gym. Like I have been for the past few months. I did hit like a little bit of a snag around Christmas time, a little bit after Christmas, because my family got really sick. I thought I was gonna get sick, and I'm not, like, and I wasn't trying to be an asshole. I wasn't like trying to, go to the gym. Well, I might be like contagious with like a really nasty flu. So I didn't go for like a couple weeks. That kind of fucked me up, especially around the holidays, because it's all like good, bad food is just around, lots of leftovers. So I probably undid a lot of the work I did in like November and December, just in a couple weeks, but so it goes. Just been hitting it, trying to get there at least 3 times a week minimum. Last week I only got to go twice, which really sucked. I wish I could have a better way to like spread out my days, but I kind of have to do them in clusters. I have to kind of do like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Those are the easiest days to go, so I usually try to make sure I go in those days, and then like sprinkle one on if I have some free time and the inclination at night. The thing, like, I don't know what happened, like, the last year or so. I'm sure it's connected to, like, my health and my weight and kind of being out of shape and heading towards middle age, is that I'm just more tired. It's just really hard for me to do shit, like, at night now. Like, it's really hard. Like, nightcap is... it's so inconsistent, the quality of it, is because I'm just fucking exhausted. By, like, 9:30, 10 o'clock... I'm just so fucking tired. And when I consistently can get back to the gym and stuff, like, that does improve. Like, my energy levels just improve. Things start evening out a little bit better. So I'm hoping that kind of works out for Zoobox stuff, because the only time I can do shit is at night. So, I have to, if I want to keep doing it, and if I would like it to improve, this is actually part of that as well. I started doing this. I don't know if it's going to help me or kill me. It's probably going to kill me a little bit earlier, but who wants to live forever? As the song goes, doing these this C4 energy. It's like a supplement. It's like an energy drink, but a little bit more hardcore. That's specifically made. You take it before you work out. Take it like 10 minutes before. Slam a bottle. It's like a bunch of caffeine and other nonsense. Carnosine. Beta power, clinically studied. Natural form of betaine is derived from beets, a powerful superfood that supports hydration and physical performance. What I noticed this stuff does, it makes you, like, obviously because of the caffeine and stuff, your heart rate goes up a little bit faster. You can feel kind of like your vascular system just kind of working a little bit overtime. You sweat a lot more, I've noticed. Like, normally, I'm kind of a hot-bodied person anyways, but normally I don't really start sweating until I'm like a mile into the elliptical. Not every day. My routine is like I go and do a bunch of other stuff, do chest, legs, back stuff, kind of hit that, kind of do the rounds, and then I'll go do a couple miles in the elliptical, and then maybe like half a mile on the Stairmaster, the stair climber. So I didn't do the stair climber today, but I did like 4 miles on the elliptical. So I did extra on the elliptical. I was just kind of feeling it. I got into a flow. It's really awesome when you can break past the point of like where you feel like feel like tired or winded or whatever you want to call it, where your muscles are burning and you're sweating and you're just fucking miserable. You want to be over it, but it's usually, for me, it's like takes me about a mile and a quarter, and then sometimes I can get into a really nice flow, and I could probably go, if I really wanted to, I could probably, at this point right now, I could probably do like 8 miles in a whack, which is a lot better than I was a couple months ago. A couple months ago, I was like so depressing. I was like down to like, I could barely do 2 miles. Like barely. I was like fucking dying. But now I'm at the point where if I can get past that mile, that threshold, and then it becomes kind of enjoyable. It becomes pleasurable. You got to find the right music. I'm a very temperamental when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like, my music selection is so paramount to how good of a rhythm I'm going to be able to find. So I have to find kind of particular albums. So I end up listening to the same albums like over and over and over again for a while. I kind of really burn the fuck out of them out. Like, There's this band called Royal Blood. It's become kind of a newer favorite of mine. They're kind of like prog rock disco electronic music. And I really kind of like it. Or at least that's what they've evolved into. They were more just a standard prog rock band when they first came out. I really like them. You know, like Queens of the Stone Age is kind of a fallback of mine. Sometimes I'll get into more aggressive stuff. Listen to Child Bite. Have you ever listened to Child Bite? You gotta check out the song Vermin Mentality. There's actually a really funny, pretty badass music video version of Vermin Mentality that has, what's his name? Bill Moseley. There it is. Bill Moseley's in it. It's a super fun music video. And I do that, sometimes I listen to them. They're kind of like hard rock, punk, kind of old school 80s punkish kind of stuff, like Agent Orange style. I really enjoy it. It's really awesome. Sorry, they got some weird stuff going on in this parking lot. This parking lot sucks, by the way. I fucking hate this parking lot. I hate coming to this gym. It's in a shitty part of town. Somebody got shot, actually. You know, I don't live in a bad area. Like, I live in a, relatively speaking, a pretty decent area. But I live next to a shithole. I live next to a shithole town. And sometimes that shithole little mini city that I live next to, the degenerates make their way across the bridge into my nice, quiet, small southern community. It's really fucking annoying. But so I have to come here to the gym. The South is so weird like that, like in terms of like the little pockets where like the class system in the South is very different than any other place I've ever lived. Like most places I've ever lived, you know, especially spent a lot of time up in the Northeast, like class divides are very apparent. Like they're like, you know, you don't live, if you're like a wealthy person, you don't live around fucking poor people. In the South, it's not like that at all. Like, you'll go walk, you'll just be driving down the road somewhere. Say you're taking some old backcountry road, it'll be like trailer, mansion, trailer, all the time. So lots of class mixing that goes on around here. Even where I live, which is kind of a working class area. It's like a little working class mini city. And, but there's also a lot of people of means. There's a lot of affluence around here. Especially once you go down towards more of our downtown area. We have like a nice little cozy downtown. It actually reminds me of a city that I used to spend a lot of time in when I was a teenager, Keene, New Hampshire. Keene, New Hampshire, they have like this really like little quaint downtown area with like the local shops, you know, local CD stores, record shops, coffee shops, shit like that. It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice, but yeah, it's really weird. It's really weird. So no matter where you go, you're gonna bump into all different types of people, which can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing because there's also a lot of push and pull in terms of like where community spending goes. You know, priorities. What is a person that makes $50,000? What are their priorities versus somebody that makes $200,000 a year? You know what I mean? I make jokes all the time. It's like I am a poor, but I would not like to be thought of as one. You know, it's easier. You can get away with it around here. You can lie. You can just fucking lie if you really wanted to. I never have, but I don't know if I'd get away with it. I don't know if I'm quite that snobby. I don't know if I have enough of the snob affectation to me to really, truly be able to sell that I am not a poor, because I am a poor. But it's nice. I don't even, why were we talking about that? Oh yeah, because the degenerates. But if you go across the bridge, you get more into like what feels like a regular city, more of like it's like a mini Atlanta. Well, I guess I'll just tell you, Augusta, Georgia. I live right near Augusta, Georgia, and Augusta, Georgia is a shithole. It is a fucking shithole. I don't like going down there for anything. It was supposed to be a bonus when we moved to where we live. It was supposed to be a bonus that we were so close to Augusta. And I'll tell you what, it's not. And anytime something fucking weird or bad happens in the town that I live in, it's somebody from Augusta. And it fucking sucks. we should start some sort of West Bank like security militarized zone, so these Augustinites they can't get into my nice little town here. You know, very eclectic town too. Even my neighborhood's very eclectic. My neighborhood's nice and quiet, but it does have that problem like a lot of small southern towns have. Because even if amidst like, you know, class divides, all this kind of stuff, I live in a very much so like a working class little like neighborhood. And in the South there's levels of degeneracy that exist inside working class neighborhoods. So we have like, it's by the streets. And it's so weird because the influence of like your surrounding streets very rarely ever spill over onto your street. People kind of keep to themselves in a way, which is kind of nice. I don't really feel like I have to worry about much. Like I don't really I don't really have to lock my door and stuff. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Well, maybe I shouldn't say, but I feel pretty secure. I feel pretty secure. Pretty secure where I live. You know, I don't love all my neighbors. I got a couple of hillbilly neighbors, but for the most part, people are quiet and keep to themselves. It's cool. It's a nice little area, which ironically will probably end up moving in the next couple of years. Probably end up moving, hopefully onto bigger and better things, but you know, it's cool. But yeah, that's what it's like living in the South. That's what it's like me working out at the gym. That's your update on my journey down Fat Fuck Mountain, and a little bit of commentary on Southern lifestyle. I mean, it was such a culture shock to me. That was the biggest culture shock to me when I moved down here, was to see how things were socially organized. It was so weird. I had never experienced that before. I was illegally a bartender when I first moved down here. I was only 18, I think. I was 18 or 19. And I couldn't legally serve alcohol in South Carolina, where I live. And this was years and years ago, obviously, like I said. I was like 18 or 19. And I could get into all of the other bars in town because they assumed that I was 21 because I worked at a bar. I was not. Nobody asked me. Nobody ever asked. So I used to go to all the bars around town, and I would have people come into the bar that I worked at, and it was all different types of people, all different walks of life. It's a very, very unique, weird vertical slice here of like all different types of people. And it's always been the most like fascinating part of being around here. There's not like, people don't like really look down. I mean, I think maybe part of it is because the place in the South where I live is like big equestrian country. If you've ever heard of steeplechase, like steeplechase is a big thing down here. So I think like the people that of means that have money are kind of from that background. And if you're a horse person, if you're into equestrian stuff, you do a lot of kind of physical labor, manual labor. You do a lot of working class type things. Working at stables and taking care of their horses and stuff. And a lot of the people that are into that stuff are very hands-on with it. A lot of people that own restaurants around here too, which kind of adds to that same kind of flavor. If you own a restaurant and you're good at what you do, you're a good steward of your restaurant. Oh shit. As I was saying what a nice town I lived in, I'm hearing sirens blaring behind me. Well, great. But anyways, so it kind of just like a lot of people that have money here are not necessarily take it for granted. Even if it is like generational wealth, they kind of just know what it's like to work. And they kind of can appreciate you on that level. Like they kind of, you share something in common. So they don't look at you like you're a bug. So many times I've been around a lot of rich people. I grew up around a lot of like very wealthy people. My parents were involved in the biotech industry. So I spent a lot of times around a lot of scientists and just like kind of wealthy entrepreneurs and stuff. And they are snobs. They literally look down on you. If you don't know how to put on airs and behave around them, there are consequences, like even professionally, if you don't like kind of understand how to navigate that world. It's very odd. Even when they're nice to you, even when they're nice. It's just very apparent. It's just something that's kind of built into them because of their social status and whatnot. But yeah, it's a little different around here. A little different. I do enjoy it. I got fucking neighborhood cats running around. I gotta go do something. I'm home. So, all right, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, and I'll ramble at you again some other time. Adios.